Hello everyone, in this lecture I am gonna explain a conceit, and I will also tell you that how a conceit is different from a simile in metaphor. But if you are new to my channel, then please like the video and subscribe the channel. Let's start it. It can be defined as, a conceit is a literary device that establishes a striking and often elaborate parallel between two seemingly dissimilar things. What does it mean? Simply, it means that a conceit is nothing but a literary device which creates a surprising or unusual comparison between two dissimilar things. In other words, you can say that when two dissimilar things are compared in extended manner is called a conceit. There must be a question in your mind that two things are also compared in metaphor or simile and how it is different from them. So, first understand conceit, and at the last I will explain the differences. Just look at these examples of a conceit. If they be two, they are two so. As stiff twin compasses are two, thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth, if the other do. These are famous lines from the sonnet of John Donne. Actually, these lines are taken from his famous sonnet, A Valediction, forbidding mourning. Basically, in this sonnet he compares the relationship between himself and his beloved to a pair of compasses. In this stanza, Donne compares the two lovers to the two legs of a compass. One leg stays fixed in the center while the other moves around. Despite this movement, they remain connected, suggesting their spiritual union and mutual dependence even when physically apart. Simply, you can say, he compares himself and his beloved to the legs of a pair of compass. So, you can see this is so dissimilar comparison of things. So, this is called a conceit. Look at another example. One day I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. Again I wrote it with a second hand, but came the tide, and made my pains his prey. These are also famous lines from the sonnet of Edmund Spenser. Basically, these lines are from the sonnet, Amoretti. In these lines Spenser uses the act of writing a lover's name in the sand and having it washed away by waves to represent the futility of trying to immortalize love through physical acts. Despite the speaker's repeated efforts, natural forces erase his writing, symbolizing the transient nature of human endeavors. This conceit contrasts the permanence of true love with the impermanence of physical acts, illustrating the poet's desire to eternalize love through poetry instead. As you have understood a conceit, let me tell you that how it is different from simile and metaphor. The first distinctive point is, similes are often used for straightforward comparisons that are easy to understand. Actually, this is the main distinguishing point, that simile is very easy and straightforward way of comparison. It compares two things with the help of as and like. Conceit is a complex comparison of very dissimilar things. This is another point, that a conceit is not a straightforward comparison like a simile, but it is a complex one. As you have seen in the examples. Metaphor states one thing as another. Simply, it means that metaphor is very straightforward because it directly says that one thing as another. For example, if I say, my son is a tiger, so you can see I have compared my son with a tiger directly. So, this is also one of the differences. Simile is brief and straightforward. Typically one line or a short phrase. This is another difference, that simile is short as compared to a conceit. Actually, simile cannot be more than one line. A conceit is not brief and straightforward. This is the point you should keep in mind, that conceit is not brief or short. It consists of many lines and it is not simple but it is very complex and it is compares very dissimilar things. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture but please don't forget like and subscription to my channel. Thank you.